Breaking now in Snohomish County, a 14-year-old girl says a man tried to kidnap her, and detectives are trying to track him down right now. The girl says he tried to grab her tonight as she was walking on 4th Avenue West near the Mariner Park and Ride south of Everett.
Taking a live look at the scene, the girl told investigators she hit the man and ran to a business for help. She says the man was wearing a blue uniform, had a large scar on his right cheek, and he was driving a white van with cardboard on the windows. Detectives plan to check surveillance video for more clues.
In less than 12 hours, Governor Jay Inslee will take action on vaping after a second death in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, let's bring up Live 20. The governor is set to announce that executive order in Seattle tomorrow. And while officials are being tight-lipped, sources tell us it could involve a potential ban. Washington State doesn't have the authority to ban the products outright. However, our sources tell us they could prohibit certain chemicals in those products that are scientifically proven to pose health risks. Many of those chemicals are present in vaping products with sweet or buttery flavors and represent about 70% of all vaping products on the market.
The outbreak of vaping-related illnesses is showing no sign of slowing down. Just hours ago, the Oregon Health Authority issued a warning for people in that state to stop using all vaping products after a second death in Oregon. Health officials still don't know what is causing the lung injuries. Illnesses have spiked to more than 800 nationwide. There are 7 cases in our state and 13 deaths across the country.
And as you might imagine, vape shops are waiting to hear how the governor's order might affect their business.
KOMO's Tammy Mutasa spoke to one owner in Seattle who says he's already being forced to close. Tammy?
Molly, it's been really tough for businesses. People have been showing up to this vape shop and seeing this announcement. The store is going out of business on September 30th. And the owner says if this vape fallout continues, this is not going to be the only store that suffers.
Closing the shop is never easy.
After 5 years of building Green Lake Vapor from the ground up, owner Dennis Nelson is packing up shop for good.
I've still got a 10-year-old daughter that I got to take care of. So...
a business he says he started after he quit smoking because of vaping.
Just wanted to help other people stop smoking.
But his business has taken a hit as public health officials scramble to figure out what's causing the deaths and sickness tied to vaping. He says he used to make about $1,000 a day. Now it's barely $200.
Let CDC and the Food and Drug Administration look further into our products. These are not what we're killing people.
Plus, he says a new state tax going into effect next week on vaping products will cripple small businesses, leaving him no choice.
This is like a direct slap in the face from the state, and it's going to hurt everybody.
And back out here live, that vape tax will go into effect on October 1st. That will be before, or rather after, the store has already closed. They put up this sign saying, "Thank you for being valued customers for more than 4 years." Back to you.
Tammy, thank you. Stay with KOMO News for details on the governor's executive order. We'll be streaming that announcement live for you on KOMO News at 11 a.m. and on KOMOnews.com. Taking a live look outside right now, get ready for a cold blast. By this time tomorrow, we could be watching for snow in the mountain passes. Shannon O'Donnell is here with a first look at our chilly forecast.
Yeah, pretty crazy to think about that, right? Because it's the first weekend of fall, and we're talking about the first winter storm watch of the season through a lot of the Northwest, including here over the North Cascades. Anybody heading up to the high country, whether you're crossing the passes or hiking or climbing, has to be on the lookout for falling snow starting tomorrow afternoon. Sharply falling temperatures as cold air starts to blast in. It will be riding on a very strong and gusty north wind. We'll see winds gusting at times 35 to 45 miles per hour. Snow totals highest north of Chelan and Okanagan, but even the pass is seeing a coating of winter white, especially over Stevens Pass. We could pick up a couple of inches of snow there Friday night through Sunday morning.
All right, thanks, Shannon. Due tonight, a Renton police officer charged with assault has resigned from the force. We've been following this case against Tanu Sonny. In charging documents, a woman says she was drinking with Sonny in a park when he asked her to take her clothes off, then slapped her repeatedly. That's according to those charging documents. Renton police say an internal investigation found several department violations. Sonny resigned before the process was complete. He still faces criminal charges.
A quiet morning takes a heart-stopping turn in Stanwood. This new video shows a horse so spooked he jumped right out of his stall, nearly trampling his owner. And this is what sent that horse running. Tanya Partridge was getting ready to feed her horses Tuesday morning when a car came crashing through her fence. Now here's that video at another angle. Tanya says the speeding car went right through the fence and took off, not even stopping to see if anyone was hurt. And that crash was so loud, that's why one of her horses jumped out of his stall and hurt himself.
The horse that jumped through the stall window his whole body was shaking and he was just dancing. And there was nothing I could do. In hindsight, I probably should have just opened the door and let him run free, but I didn't think he'd try jumping through the window.
Tanya says this is the second time her fence was hit within a week. She's now asking the driver to come forward.
Yeah. Big roar. Listen to this crowd.
Tonight, Felix Hernandez pitched what's likely to be his last game as a Mariner, and he did it in front of the biggest Kings court ever. Como's Femi Abebefe is here now with the emotional send-off tonight. Femi?
Yeah, Preston, tens and thousands and tickets were sold in the Kings court tonight as fans bid farewell to King Felix Hernandez, who likely made his last start for the M's. It was an emotional night for the King, who you see hugging his manager Scott Service and then Kyle Seager. Hernandez left the game after 5 1/3 innings pitched to the chants of "Thank you, Felix."
I mean, it's the best section in baseball, and today it was rocking, it was popping, it was good. You know, I was trying to strike out a lot of people. I think that was the first 2 innings was get me in trouble. But after that, I set it down, and then, but you know, the relation with the fans, I mean, always nice. I mean, they're nice people. That's why I call this home. That's why I call Seiko Field my house.
It's Felix's house indeed. Tonight was Felix's 211th start at T-Mobile Park, which is the most by any pitcher in the big leagues in a single park. Molly?
Oh, Femi, so emotional tonight. Fun to watch. And now everything Felix has been trending on social media tonight. Fans sharing their memories and paying tribute to Hernandez. Another beloved Mariner and Hall of Famer, Edgar Martinez, tweeted tonight, "Thank you for giving our fans and the Mariners 110% with every pitch since you arrived in Seattle. This city loves you."
New at 11, thieves have dampened the spirit at this Seattle sports apparel store. Tonight, they're out thousands of dollars after someone stole some prized gear. Como's Cole Miller live tonight at Simply Seattle and Pioneer Square. And Cole, this isn't the first time this place has been hit.
No, it's not, Preston. Unfortunately, this has become the new norm of sorts for Simply Seattle. This store in particular, it's only been around for about a year, but those headaches are already piling up. Now, you won't notice any smashed or boarded up windows. That's because we're told the thief or thieves, they were able to pry open this gate and then get inside.
It's 11:01.
With supersonic swag just about everywhere.
Thank you so much.
Simply Seattle at Pioneer Square is the place for all things Peyton, Kemp, and the team this city still loves.
We had several jerseys here, all in this area.
Once fully stocked with those vintage threads,
We had about 26 jerseys that were taken away.
someone has now swiped them, and they didn't stop there, snagging more than a dozen hats. In all, Jonathan Shank is now out more than $5,000.
Pretty frustrating to come in and see all that gone.
And this is the 4th time just this year this place has been broken into or robbed.
They popped the gate and then were able to get the lock on the door open.
Having tried everything to stop this, he's out of ideas. And like other businesses around here, Shank is fed up and wants something to change. And back out here live with his latest hit, Shank tells me he'll now be exclusively selling those jerseys online. He's hopeful his insurance will cover some of this. A few hours ago, we did see a crew out here making some repairs to this door, guys, hopefully to deter thieves down the road. Back to you.
Cole, thank you. Pioneer Square is one of the 7 neighborhoods where Seattle police added emphasis patrols to address the crime concerns before summer. Recently, Mayor Jenny Durkin proposed money in the budget to continue those patrols. Now to a live look at the nation's capital. We're tracking the latest developments in the impeachment inquiry. In an audio recording, President Trump is heard venting his frustration with the whistleblower accusations. Take a listen.
Who's the person that gave the whistleblower? Who's the person that gave the whistleblower the information? Because that's close to a spy.
The Los Angeles Times obtained that recording at a private event. The whistleblower accused President Trump of abusing his